That's some gay free music there. What? I can't customize my background anymore unless I upgrade. Freaking Nazis. And you get two free background music types now. Low tempo and the other retarded one. Down tempo and lo-fi, whatever the fuck that is. But thankfully, I selected this background that I have, the moving parts, like before they turned into freaking capitalist bastards. Alright. What's up, Jeff? What's up, Tina? Hey, Hagless. You're gay. Mama didn't raise no fool. No gay fool. Hey, Chris. Who wants to hear their birthday in my fancy birthday book? I know Jeff already has. You know what, Jeff? That book that I had that had signatures on almost every day, my freaking brothers threw away when we were cleaning out my mom's stuff. I cried because I'm not partial to things, but that thing was like my Bible. So I got another one. I got to get new signatures. But bartending made it easier for me to collect those signatures. Alright, hang on, Hagless. Yeah, it does suck, man. And my freaking, the two things I love the most, that and my keyboard. But yeah, if anyone, yeah, you'll have to come up with a sign it damn straight, Jeff. If anyone wants to hear their birthday, just put your birthday in the chat. Just the month and the day. It's a really awesome book written in the 90s. A lot of you have already heard of it because it's popular. Most of the people I know already have it. It still says Jeff kiss my ass. What's up, Agus?
Well, he can kiss my ass.
Stop trying to choose the damn book. Well, I think I've read you your birthday before, Agus. I don't even know if you care.
I don't care for anything today.
I know, you're bummed and I don't blame you. Someone hacked into Haggis's account and now he's fighting to get it back because it was on an old device, right? That you sold?
Yeah.
And so whoever you sold it to logged in and changed your freaking password and your email, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole slew of that going around these days. Well,
Hey,
no one's
Chris,
giving me their birthdays.
your ass up here. Get your ass up here.
Yeah, Chris,
Chris,
piss.
come on, if I can do it, you can do it. Stop being gay.
Who's Shaggy, by the way? Is he talking to you?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm 4th of February 1981. I'm
Oh,
joking.
now you tell me. After Jeff
70,
does.
79.
I don't need the year. I'm not doing people's charts here. All right, we got December 1st and September 3rd. Start with December 1st because Jeff was first.
Is
And
that
I
Jeff H? Or is that another Jeff H?
No, I know Jeff in person. He would come in when I bartend. I actually read him his birthday before and he signed my old book. Hey,
I'm
Emma.
not, by the way, Jeff, I'm not telling you to kiss my ass. It's another Jeff.
Yeah, another Jeff. Stop chewing on the book, Cletus. The day of mirthful license. Those born on December 1st are highly outspoken people. Moreover, they are not afraid to back up their own words with actions. However, because they usually accompany their more immodest behavior with a twinkle of the eye and beguiling innocence, they win people over. Unashamedly, they flagrantly deny all the rules of etiquette and behavior at will, particularly when important issues are at stake in their lives. Since one so often knows just how December 1st. Hey! There's going to be some interruptions like that. Sorry. The dogs just scared me. Since one so often knows just how December 1st people feel, they can strike others as superficial. Such is not the case, however. Their personalities can be deep and complex. It is just that their mode of expression, often humor, is a direct conduit carrying their feelings to the surface. Not always full aware of themselves and what they are doing, they almost seem driven by forces beyond their control. Even they themselves may at times have doubts about their stability, but nonetheless, their unusual mental makeup seems to work for them. Hey, Jeffa Gates. All right, Emma, I'll do yours after blues.
Hey, Jeffa Cakes. H, kiss my Scottish ass.
Giving, generous people, those born on this day, want to share what they have with those near and dear to them, not only financially, but in terms of time and care as well. The problem with this is that December 1st people are often so busy that they have little time to do so. Thus, frustrations may grow not only in themselves, but in their children and other family members as well. Since they are dynamos of energy, they will strive to do the impossible, however, give as much as they can in all areas. December 1st people are flirtatious with the opposite sex. Well, what about gay people born on December 1st? Not all of this is serious, however, since although they enjoy exerting their charm on one and all, they reserve their deep feelings of love for very special people. It is true, however, that they often go through a naughty childhood, stormy adolescence, and an unsettled early adulthood. Being deprived of experiences or being severely punished for flamboyant behavior in early life inevitably results in later patterns of frustration. Compulsive attitudes towards sex are usually indicative of deep-seated insecurities. All right, we're almost at the end here, Jeff. Is this sounding like you? Not you, Jeff H. Cyanide 28. My friend Jeff from my town. December 1st people are free spirits. Although they are capable of working for a company or other organization, they do better if they can exert the full force of their personalities in making decisions and moving on issues when they feel the right time has arrived. Working too many years for the same outfit can take its toll on them and even seriously damage their spirit. Like animals that have been in cages too long, they may lose touch with their natural instincts. It is thus extremely important that December 1st people remain free enough to fully express themselves. On the other hand, they must learn that society will not always tolerate their more outrageous behavior. Perhaps they would do well to become a bit more secretive, diplomatic, and not just hang out their laundry for all to see. Moreover, if they wish to be taken seriously, they have to pay more mind to their credibility rating. All right. So Richard Pryor was born on this day. Oh God, Woody Allen was born on this day. I'm sorry. That's not good. Bette Midler. I need to read the health part real quick. Yeah, Doom Patrol rocks. Hey, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. Health. December 1st people must be careful not to burn out following exhausting expenditures of energy. Sooner or later it will happen unless they take time off for rest. Whether manifested in a nervous breakdown, problems with headaches, backaches, hormonal complaints, or any variety of symptoms, it is the body's way of saying no to constant neglect and overuse. Okay. Let's do September 3rd now. We're doing blues next. And then next is January 21st, which I think is Emma's. And then September 7th, which is Chris.
I'll screw February then.
Yeah, screw February. You're going to be with me for a while, so you can wait. You can wait for the down times. September 3rd, the day of the mold breakers. People born on September 3rd are not always what they seem. Because others so often misread their nature and potentials, those born on this day may be forced to play roles in life, which, although not always disagreeable, are not exactly what they want either. Though September 3rd people are generally multi-talented, often one of their attributes is appreciated at the expense of the rest. Physical beauty in September 3rd females is a case in point. Because of good looks, their other fine qualities may go unrecognized. Although they can impress others as quiet and tractable, no one who has ever tried to take advantage of a September 3rd person will forget the result. Those born on this day have a steel-like armor that seals them off from all forms of flattery and vampirism. They may appear gentle, even a bit soft, but they will insist on being treated honorably and fairly and vigorously resist efforts to push them around. Hell yeah. Hey Johnny, my love.
Hi, Johnny.
Because their work is often of a visionary nature, exceptional people born on this day can be way ahead of their time and must understand if others are sometimes slow to approve of their methods. Fortunately, most of these mold breakers display great patience as well as confidence in the value of their work. Thus, they are well equipped to endure years without recognition while continuing on with their endeavors. Their path to wider acceptance can be made a bit smoother, however, if they take time to explain to others in everyday language what their objectives are and how they intend to get there. These people of all abilities gravitate to action and controversy. That sounds more like you, Haggis. They are often quite rebellious against the systems in which they must operate, particularly when they feel misunderstood. Both their buoyant optimism and their temperamental nature have to be kept under control. Hey, Antoine! Sorry, I'm reading, so I'm only poking my head up a bit. Developing emotional consistency and strong willpower is essential for their success in life. In regard to matters of love and friendship, September 3rd people often display a markedly stoic attitude. Here they run two dangers. First, giving those close to them the impression that they don't care, and second, procrastinating when decisive action is needed. By being too accepting, they may compromise themselves in romantic affairs and let certain important life choices slip away. The greatest challenge for September 3rd people is in being more open with others and fearlessly confronting self-doubt. They should put their high moral code and sense of justice to work in defense of those who need help, rather than being defensive about what they perceive as criticism directed against themselves. If those born on this day can discover and cultivate the best in themselves and diplomatically but firmly insist on the world taking notice of it, they will be better able to gain acceptance for their novel ideas and efforts. Okay, who's born on this day? Louis Sullivan? No, I don't know who the fuck that is. Some architect. Dixie Lee Ray, a marine biologist. A Korean War correspondent. No one's super famous that I recognize. Okay, let me do your health. And then, is this sounding like you at all, Blue? Okay, those born on September 3rd must beware of becoming inactive. Once they are established in their chosen field, they have a tendency to become sedentary, which can spell problems with diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and gallbladder trouble. Therefore, they should severely limit their fat and sugar intake while at the same time putting themselves on a regular exercise program. More athletically inclined September 3rd people for whom inactivity is not a problem should endeavor to get enough sleep and rest, avoiding tobacco and alcohol particularly. In order to keep healthy psychologically, September 3rd people must allow themselves a life which they really enjoy and resist the impulse to please others in order to be accepted, liked, or loved. Developing a positive self-image and accompanying self-esteem is very important in this respect. March 32nd. Seriously? All right, Emma, you still here? All right, Jeff, I'll read yours, but there's a line now. Because Chris, after Emma, it's Chris. And then, I guess, Johnny. I don't know. I might need Haggis to help me pay attention to who's in order. But he's not. He don't give a fuck.
I don't care a fuck at the moment. I'm just prepared to relax.
Haggis just wants to fuck his text off.
No, I'm not even in the mood for
Okay.
that.
Well, fine. All right, January 21st, the day of the front runner. I wish I could show you guys this too, because the book's really cool. It has a little picture for your day and everything. Those born on January 21st are headed for the top, and when they reach it, they usually know how to stay there. Until those born on this day realize just how ambitious they truly are, they may suffer a great deal of unexplained frustration. January 21st people are tough individuals with lots of drive, but also have an easier, pleasure-loving side which can come to dominate their time and energy if they lose direction. The most successful people born on this day are able to integrate these two sides of their personality. However, many 21st people swing like a pendulum from a more relaxed to intense state and back again, seemingly unable affects a synthesis of the two. Sooner or later, a desire to lead the pack emerges in January 21st people. If they do succeed in reaching the top in their chosen field, relinquishing such a position may indeed be difficult for them. Competing interests, poor health, advancing age, even unhappiness with the work itself may not dislodge them. If they are brought down from their perch, it is most often due to their pleasure-loving side, which can dull their competitive edge. What's up, Beard Neck? Welcome. I'm reading people's birthdays, but there's a line forming. I'm not organized enough to know what order and how many are in the line because I'm reading, so I'm not looking at the chat. Most January 21st people are not cut out to be leaders. In the long haul, having neither the ruthlessness nor innate authoritative sense generally required. Careers where they may strive to be the best through improvement of their talents and skills are thus preferable to careers within a highly politicized or hierarchical structure. January 21st people have a large measure of star quality that attracts others to them. They are often not only trendsetters at work, but also in their social circle. They have a knack when it comes to handling people and are highly persuasive when offering their views or making suggestions. Those born on this day who occupy a high place in society usually have the common touch, and therefore mix well with people from all walks of life. Their exciting, colorful, active, and passionate nature makes for an undeniably attractive sexuality. Heartbreakers of a kind, they can sometimes hurt others by being too caring when it would be better to just say goodbye. Most often, however, friends and lovers are happy to have known them, even for a short period, as January 21st people enrich the lives of those they spend time with. For all of their public pizzazz, January 21st people are somewhat retiring, rarely liking to mix their public and private lives. They normally have a home or hidden retreat where entrance is granted to but a privileged few. Perhaps their greatest problem lies in making up their minds what it is they really want from life. Until they do so, they will, like fireflies, disappear and reappear from one spot to the next. Jack Nicklaus, a golf champion, was born on this day. Ethan Allen. But I know that as a company. It says Revolutionary War Soldier. Stonewall Jackson was born on this day. Cool. Gina Davis. All right, your health. Chris, what's your birthday again so I can get ready for yours? Those born on January 21st are generally open to suggestions for improving their health. In particular, sensuous activities such as massage are attractive to them. Their physical side takes quite naturally to exercise, as long as not too much discomfort is involved. Also, in the area of food, January 21st people are open to suggestions about eating in a more healthy fashion. Sexual expression on a regular basis and being admired for their physical attributes are both very important to these people. Health may be the area in which an important connection between their ambition and their love of repose and sensuality can be affected. Partners should be sought who are able to share their lifestyle as much as possible. Reinforcement from a loving mate keeps January 21st people on track. ADP, what's your birthday again, Chris? September something. Oh, 7th.
Don't.
Okay, and then who's after him? Is it you, Johnny? And then Jeff? Okay. All right, September 7th, the day of success seekers. Novels could be written about September 7th people and their never-ending pursuit of personal success. Hey! That they encounter obstacles on their own way is indeed an understatement. The road is generally long, the difficulties manifold and perilous, but these determined individuals will not give up until they achieve what they have set out to do, even if it takes their dying breath to accomplish it. The world is not quick to understand or to recognize those born on this day. Hey, Swamp Lover. I don't think so. Are you live, Agus?
Yeah, I'm alive.
No problem, Emma. Where was I? The world is not quick to understand or to recognize those born on this day, but by the sheer force of their willpower or their imaginative, creative thrust of their ideas, they eventually win people over to them. Strangely enough, September 7th people who rise more easily to the top of their field, perhaps at a young age, may feel denied their need to struggle for success. Some of them can even give up everything they have accomplished and start all over again in another pursuit, much to the consternation of their family and friends. Hey, Swamp. For it is not success as an end that captivates the minds of September 7th people, but the battle to achieve it. Those born on this day have a one-track mind when it comes to following their plans and, if necessary, battering their competitors, rivals, or detractors into submission. So you beat people. September 7th people do not make the most pleasant of enemies, both because their wish to annihilate is so pronounced and their inclination to grant mercy doubtful. On the other hand, she wore a glove, just kidding. On the other hand, they make excellent allies and friends, at least to those who stay on their good side. To do so may require remaining loyal to a shared cause or set of principles. September 7th people who work in technical or highly specialized areas will not rest until they have gained complete mastery over their materials. They exhibit great integrity in their work. Those who are involved in leading or ruling will fuse their subjects, followers, or employees into a cohesive, smooth-running unit, with no doubt whatsoever about who the boss is or what the goal is. As family heads, those born on this day generally provide direction and inspiration to their children and mates, but will tolerate no insubordination. Yeah. Oh, it's not Restream Bot, it's Swamp Lover. If you just read past it, it'll say their name. He's on D Live. Why are we talking about Virgos? We're leaving it. I'm reading Christopher Peterson's birthday. Okay, where was I? They will tolerate no insubordination. Real problems can arise when the children of September 7th people reach adolescence. The paradox is that although those born on this day will train their children to be individuals and think for themselves, they may have little taste for the inevitable frictions that will result. September 7th people will be even more successful if they calm down a bit, learn to share responsibility with others, and fit in with the team. God damn it, Chris. ATC. Howdy to all good people's magic. September 7th people will be even more successful if they calm down a bit. Oh, did I already say that? Learn to share responsibility with others and fit in with the team. The less concerned they are about gaining or losing supremacy, the better they are. And consequently, the better the group they represent will do. Those born on this day sometimes mellow with age, but rarely lose their competitive edge. Perhaps the ideal life for them would be to achieve success in their very last year. But if September 7th people feel their dreams compromised, or worse yet, unrealized, nothing but nothing will bring them peace of mind. Okay, we got Johnny Dragon, June 9th, um, and then September 4th for Jeff. Happy belated birthday again, Jeff. June 9th. Oh, wait, I didn't read your health, did I? Hang on, Chris. Sorry. Queen Elizabeth I was born on your birthday. Grandma Moses, whoever the fuck that is. Paul Brown, James Van Allen, Buddy Holly, Sonny Rollins, J.P. Morgan. I think he's in the fucking Freemasons, Illuminati. Health. Those born on September 7th should undergo regular physical checkups since they tend to neglect their health. Generally, September 7th people have such strong taste in food that it is the best if they learn to cook for themselves as early in life as possible. Exercise does not take top priority in the lives of those born on this day, but the challenge of team sports presents a physical outlet. September 7th people are often sensualists who require an active sex life to keep them happy. Oh, I know this. I've seen your dick, Chris. What's up, Tiffany?
Hi, Tiffany.
We're doing birthdays. Did I say October 4th? Oh, I said September 4th. Shit, sorry. I'll get it right. Let me do Johnny's first, all right? June 9th. The day of mental insistence. June 9th people can display a duality in being both forceful individuals on the one hand and curiously passive on the other. Usually, the way this manifests is that in some areas of life they show strong and determined qualities, but in others are surprisingly reluctant to act. Perhaps they are decisive and forceful at work, but timid in relationships. What's up, Maggie? I'm reading Johnny's birthday now. If you want and you need to read yours, put your birthday in. There's a little list forming so far. Perhaps they are decisive and forceful at work, but timid in relationships, particularly initiating them, or the reverse, showing less ambition and drive than is required in their careers and yet dominating at home. This duality can exist even within one area of concern and is markedly changeable. Thus, particularly in the emotional sphere, others may not know what to expect of June 9th people. Those relating to them in one area of life only may indeed be surprised to see how they operate in another. As far as their ideas are concerned, however, June 9th people are usually rock solid to a fault. They do not trade their beliefs easily. June 9th people are outspoken and can be quite blunt in their criticism of other points of view. Indeed, they may at times seem overly critical of those on their own side. Those born on this day don't consider blind loyalty a virtue. Not ones to overlook details, June 9th people can be almost fanatical in making sure that they and their friends, family, or associates are truly in agreement. June 9th people have is it facile or facile? Facile minds and a logical orientation, but may at times act out in an emotionally immature fashion. Fortunately, positive childlike qualities far outweigh such childishness, and those born on this day themselves have a way with children. Those June 9th people who don't have children of their own often work with young people in a professional capacity or as a volunteer and enjoy the children of other family members. June 9th people must guard against uncontrolled expression of primitive emotions, particularly jealousy, anger, envious worship, or other forms of unhealthy adoration. Okay. Mental training is the key. Cultivating objectivity where there is chaos, carrying over positive attributes from one compartment of life to another, and breaking down artificial boundaries and boxes they have created for themselves is a great but highly rewarding challenge. Integration is the theme here, becoming a whole person. And when June 9th people manage to bring various aspects of their lives together, they are capable of great happiness and success. If not, they remain compartmentalized and bafflingly inconsistent, superb in some areas and woefully deficient in others. Okay, born on this day, Cole Porter, no clue who that fucker is. Robert McNamara. Obviously Johnny Depp is in this list. Les Paul, that's pretty cool. Michael J. Fox, Robert Cummings. And let me read your health, and then we'll go on to Jeff. 2/9 people are usually open to practicing various forms of physical as well as meditative exercises. Yoga, aerobics, martial arts are all systematic practices are attractive to them and help them keep fit. They must, however, be just as open to healthy food options. Those born on this day should focus less on what they should not eat and more on expanding their culinary horizons. As Geminis, they should take good care of their hands as well as their respiratory systems. All right, October 10th. Oh, I turned right through it. Oh no, it's October 4th. I keep getting your birthday wrong, dude. The Day of the Incorrigibles. That sounds right already. Alright, this is about Jeff H., guys. Unlike most people, those born on October 4th simply live their lives and behave the way they wish to. Though they often present an agreeable and charming persona, they have an inner toughness that is the product of negotiating a less than perfect world. It is from this realistic and survival-minded core that they derive their ironic perspective, keen observations, and sharp sense of humor. October 4th people like things to go smoothly, but there is no doubt that they wish things to flow smoothly in the direction they themselves choose. They are able to exert their authority in a subtle fashion so that they can be the boss without appearing so. As a matter of fact, this is quite a deceptive quality. Those born on this day can appear to be very relaxed and accepting people a good deal of the time, yet all the while are unyielding where their authority is concerned. Nonetheless, others find relaxed October 4th charm pleasant and soothing. Oh, okay, Emma. No, she's a reptilian, TC. I don't think you met Tiffany, have you, TC? I can't remember. Meet Tiffany, goddammit. October 4th people have a unique, if not eccentric, view of the world. That's an understatement, Jeff. Yet when they share their ideas with others, they are more often than not accepted, appreciated, even loved for their idiosyncrasies. Perhaps this is because they themselves enjoy people and partake freely of everything society has to offer. In this sense, they are deeply human people and have a strong bond with their fellow men and women. Rarely will they be snobbish, even if they move in high circles or breathe the rarefied air of success. Danger holds a great attraction for October 4th people, yeah. They do not look on it, however, as many see it, i.e., life threatening and negative. To them, dangerous situations are more often than not made dangerous through carelessness. Of course, risks are involved, but for the most part, whether it is climbing mountains, scuba diving, or hang gliding, October 4th people simply take the necessary training and precautions and go for it, usually with good results. October 4th people pride themselves on their families. Even if they do not have children themselves, they are usually someone's favorite aunt or uncle, devoted husband or wife. They are very socially adept. This does not mean, however, that they dislike being alone, as long as this isolation is self-imposed. To prove the point, those born on this day display marked con- concentrated powers in doing solo work. One difficulty many October 4th people have is that they are not ambitious enough and like having things pleasurable, comfortable, and easy. Indeed, they have good taste and love to surround themselves with beautiful things. If they lack the necessary tension to forge ahead in the world, they may need a stimulus to inspire greater effort. Personal handicaps, obstacles, rejection in the workplace, or a tyrannical authority figure can all serve to bring out their fighting instincts. Those born on this day: Buster Keaton, Pancho Villa, with some Mexican bandit general shot dead in his car, Susan Sarandon, Charlton Heston, oh god, Charlton Heston, uh, Rutherford B. Hayes, uh, Steve Swallow, jazz bassist, composer. Alright, health. Those born on October 4th, despite the care they take, are subject to accidental injuries of all kinds. This is particularly true because of their tendency to put themselves in dangerous situations. Yeah, like necrophilia, Jeff. They must beware of falls, blows, or accident blows, or accidental strains of the back and internal organs, particularly. Sex is usually a delicate matter for October 4th people, and they can be thrown out of balance quite easily in this aspect, thus upsetting their emotional state and possibly affecting their health. Finally, the October 4th need to enjoy life fully too often includes tobacco, coffee, and or alcohol. These should be brought under control or severely limited if possible. You hear that, Jeff? All right, who's next? I will not shut up. I'm reading. If no one gives me a birthday, I'm going to do Haggis's. Even though Haggis is probably not going to listen to it.
Yeah.
You just said, yeah, didn't you? Fucker. All right, Tiffany. August 8th. 8/8. The day of the role players. Those born on August 8th manifest a strong desire to play numerous and varied roles in their lives. This should not be interpreted to mean that they are flighty people who shift gears easily, hopping from one career to another. Each change, each new role is painstakingly studied so that the success may be assured. Those born on this day usually have a strong desire for professional recognition and stand a good chance of success unless their career choice has been highly unrealistic or poorly suited to their character. It may well be astonishing to others and even to August 8th people themselves to realize just how fully they have played a given role, particularly when looking back on life from a later vantage point or after subsequent changes. But as they are highly realistic and responsible, August 8th people generally only move on to a new role once they feel the previous one has been fully played out or satisfied. Mothers who transform into working women, men who change their company or occupation even when successful, children who seem like two different people depending on which family member they are spending time with, are all typical models of the adaptability found on this birthday. Should those born on this day be performers or creative artists, they will generally be involved in widely varied styles and modes of expression. Those, those August 8th people who fail at a particular endeavor most often remain undaunted and just pick up and move on to the next job or backtrack to a career which they may have temporarily neglected. However, most highly developed individuals born in this day do not allow a desire for change and varied interests to dissipate their energies. They are therefore they are therefore loath to involve themselves in more than one project simultaneously if they feel the nature of their commitment is compromised. In the same way, they make faithful mates, business partners, parents, and friends. Usually, when August 8th people head in the wrong direction or go off the track, they remain open to helpful advice, which is somewhat notable for such stubbornly determined people. Thus, their closest friends and love mate are invaluable to them at such times. Ultimately, however, after weighing all reasonable points of view, August 8th people generally make independent and rather fixed decisions. In order to keep themselves happy, those born on this day should introduce all sorts of diversity into their daily life. You definitely do that. You like to try everything. I like that about you. Their egos must be kept under control, however, and goals realistic. A healthy desire for security will contribute stability to their career and lifestyle. Okay, those born on this day: Dustin Hoffman, Benny Carter, who's a jazz saxophonist, Keith Carradine, not the one who, autoerotic himself, the other one. I don't know these people, and I don't think you do too. They're like listing a lot of like Grand Prix winners and jazz performers. Jimmy Witherspoon, blues singer. All right, let me read your health. Oh, you want a link? No. All right, health. Stable patterns of diet, exercise, sleep, and sexual activity are deeply important in keeping August 8 people on an even keel. The need of those born on this day to express themselves through the body makes competitive sports or achievement-oriented activities such as jogging or gymnastics highly attractive. Affectionate and sensuous expression will be a necessary correlate to sexual fulfillment. Problems with weight can usually be handled through diets emphasizing grains, fresh vegetables, and fruits. All outdoor activities involving family members are recommended: vacations, picnics, holidays, camping. Above all, the sharing of affection with at least a few close friends. So we know how much you love to hug, or family members, is vitally important to preserving the psychological health of August 8 people. Interesting. That wasn't haggis, that was Tiffany's, Jeff. Anyone else? I'm just gonna wait till I get a birthday. Haggis, go to yours?
Do my dogs.
No,
4th of February 19...
I'm not reading an entire page for your dogs.
4th of February.
Yeah, but they're both probably different days, and that's two
No,
whole pages. You're welcome to.
my birthday is 4th of February.
2-4? Alright. For you, it's 4-2. Oh, okay. Interesting. Your day is called the Day of the Gay. The Day of the Gay. The Gay Day. The Day of the Doll Fucker. Okay.
Now you're fucking with me.
Well, I mean, that is a fact. The Day of the Public Bath Taker. Okay. The Day of the Curveballer. Those born on February 4th rarely do anything in a straight line fashion. They're not straight. Because of their unconventionality, they sometimes make a less than stellar impression as to their intellect, but in fact, they just have their own unusual way of doing things. Some February 4th people realize early on that they do not apprehend the world as others do, and respond by just acting as weird as they wish.
To me, the T of me, that is. I am the weirdest guy on this planet.
That's awesome. Other February 4th people try to be super straight, but usually fail to carry this off, ending up like a round peg in a square hole. The happiest of February 4th people are plainly themselves and do not rely on a great deal of approval or acclaim. That's for sure, man. Yay! Or is this TC or is this Tiffany?
It's me.
Okay, because I thought someone was saying like you wanted their dick. Tiffany wants it. Okay. The degree to which those born on this day must do things their own way can be both amusing and alarming. Often okay. Often to accomplish the simplest of tasks, they can use the most roundabout, off-the-wall methods. They could be called impractical or even perverse, except for the fact that in some strange way these methods seem to work out for them. For example, they may have a system of filing information or ordering their appointments that would confuse others, and yet they are able to retrieve what they need very quickly and stay on top of things. In their unusual cognition, front may be back, up, down, right, left, and so on. Some February 4th people may even display a degree of synesthesia, that is, hearing sounds as colors, colors as sounds, visualizing words as shapes, and perhaps remembering facts and numbers through vivid association. Interesting. Do you do that?
No.
Because that's a fascinating thing to have. Though not always effective within the confines of a pre-existing system or set of rules, it must be said that February 4th people can be highly effective in achieving long-range goals, particularly when they have a chance to structure the work environment. Those born on this day work well with others, display deeply human qualities, and generally are admired for their sincerity. Although rarely leaders, they are very happy to be at the center of the action and hold up well under fire. That's true. Hey, Roger's here. Donkey Dip.
Roger!
February 4th people get bored easily. And if they spend a lot of time alone, usually try to keep busy with lots of hobbies, projects, and activities. Part of the reason they are so active is that they must spend lots of time undoing knots which they have unwittingly tied. Also, they tend to backtrack a lot or even start all over. February 4th people usually have an abundance of energy with which to carry out their many tasks. How to guide their powers in the most directly constructive way, however, may well elude them. Often they are taken up with several different endeavors at once, and through the resultant scattering of energy, fail to complete any of them to their satisfaction. Generally, those February 4th people who learn to complete their projects step by step and one by one develop their varied potentials to the fullest. Do you think that sounds like you, Haggis?
Some of it does, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Charles Lindbergh was born on this day. Rosa Parks. Back of the bus. Dan Quayle. He's a vice president. Okay, your health. February 4th people often exhibit a degree of hypochondria. For some born on this day, discovering new complaints can become a fetish. Also, an interest in unusual methods of treatment sometimes accompanies this day. This day is so you, Agus. Most February 4th people keep up with the latest, most up-to-date information on health and therapy. I don't know about that. Maybe like tech stuff.
Donna!
Hey, Donna.
Hey, my love. I'm reading birthdays, and Haggis is just... you have to rewind back because it sounds just like him. I'm at the tail end of it. This passion for what is most recent and modern also relates to other areas of their lives. In their cooking, they are often on the lookout for new recipes and exciting combinations.
That's true. That's so true.
The same thing is true for their approach to exercise and keeping fit, as they may want to get in on the latest craze if they find it enjoyable. I'm trying to picture you doing Pilates. February 4th people must learn to balance these aspects of their lives and not go off the deep end. Holy shit, did you really, Donna? Love this book. You want me to read yours, Donna? July 19th.
Dramatic way.
I guess I'm just a black box because I can't get my picture on here.
No, we can see you.
I see your picture.
What the hell? I don't see anything.
Why does it say rest in peace, Drew Usher? Is that your new account, Drew? Who is that?
God damn it, Roger. Our phone sucks. We need a new one.
Drew is, Drew's alright, I think.
Drew's not dead.
Talk to him
What
today.
the hell? What's this with people saying people are dead? They're not dead.
I don't get it. What the fuck is going on here? Who are you, Nicole? Are you one of his?
Why are you,
Yeah,
Nicole?
why
Hi,
are
Uncle
you?
Badger.
Why are you fetus? Thomas! All right, Donna's birthday, July 19th, the day of controlled movement. I was going to say bowel movement. Recurrent themes in the lives of July 19th people are movement, grace, and form. Those born on this day are highly attuned to how they present themselves and often involved with mastering their body.
Oh.
Yeah. Perhaps this preoccupation stems from their desire to channel and shape their emotions. Many born on this day are prone to mood swings, sometimes resulting in passive aggressive behavior. They are also likely to be unusually temperamental in adolescence, which may be especially trying and awkward for them and others. As they mature, July 19 people work actively to cultivate their innate grace. They are not only conscious of how they carry themselves, but also of how they speak. Oh, that's so true.
That is very spot on.
Nicole, go fuck yourself, whoever you are. In fact, the self awareness that July 19th people demonstrate on a number of levels can be an exceptional quality. That's true. When they have made a mistake, they are quick to acknowledge it, and though they may not rush to apologize when they are unfair or unkind to someone, they will try to improve their attitude in the future. This capacity for improving on themselves generally does not go unnoticed with friends, families, or mates who appreciate a July 19th person's efforts. But though July 19th people generally succeed at mastering their patient, mastering their
What?
mastering their deportment and how they relate to others, they still may not be in firm control of their own emotional center. Stillness of mind and non-action are virtually important in this regard. Those born on this day who come to understand the value of non-action will enhance their active side and holster their self-confidence. However, because July 19th people are self-critical by nature, non-action must not be confused with hesitancy or indecision. Rather, using the power of waiting to advantage, contemplating and acting at the right moment is what is meant here. For those born on this day, denial of immediate gratification is essential in developing strength of character. And at some point in their lives, they are likely to take on difficult experiences that teach them much in this regard. That's true. Very true. And you have mastered your patience. July 19 people should be aware of having undue faith in others or engaging in adulation and hero worship, which may ultimately rob them of their own self worth and individual expression. It is vital that they cultivate and nurture their uniqueness, perhaps even by having the courage to strip themselves to the bone and build themselves up in a realistic fashion, brick by brick. July 19th people must also guard against perilous emotional encounters, as their unreality factor can be rather high where their perception of others is concerned. They are particularly prone to project their own emotions on those close to them. This July 19th tendency toward excessive subjectivity must be shaped and refined, not merely suppressed, as efforts at control should aim to produce a joyful, playful, and vibrant personality, not a repressed or habituated one. Put a shirt on Haggis, says Jeff. Go fuck yourself, Jeff. Okay, who's born on this day?
Yeah, fuck you, Jeff.
Alright, I don't recognize. Well, Charles Mayo, the co founder of the Mayo Clinic. George McGovern. Lizzie Borden. Donna shares a birthday with Lizzie Borden.
In fact, it's going to shove a cucumber up your ass.
Oh, Vicky Carr. AJ Cronin. George II, a Greek king. DP, I put the link in for you.
Yeah. I took the link, but you can come up here.
Yeah. Donna, you want to come up too? I'll put it. Benedict Cumbersnatch and Brian May. Nice. Yeah, this, this book doesn't have all the cool celebrities in it, all the ones that we don't know. Your health. July 19th people should take special care of their arms and legs, particularly the AIDS legs. No, particularly as far as inflammatory and rheumatic conditions are concerned. They should make an effort to keep warm and dry in cold, damp weather. Chronic, sometimes unexplainable pains in the chest, generally the breast or pericardial cavity, may be encountered and should be carefully diagnosed. Those born on this day should never neglect moderate physical exercise. Dance, yoga, running, and walking are recommended as daily activities. Psychologically, the ability of July 19th people to balance their active and passive tendencies and thus keep on an even keel emotionally is paramount to their good health. They must avoid raising their expectations to an unrealistic level. A well balanced diet, including vitamin and mineral supplements if necessary, is recommended.
Well, you know she eats real food, real live food, so
Oh,
she's
yeah.
good there.
Thomas, you want me to do yours? I just turned right to my birthday. You're November 6th.
Bandersnatch, cuddle chum.
Chumbawamba. All right. November 6th, the day of rousing vigor.
Oh.
Even the most lethargic of souls can be stimulated by the rousing energy of a November 6th person. Those born on this day are generally either invigorating personalities by nature or involved in creating a stimulating and enthusiastic environment for themselves and others. At any rate, November 6th people surely get the blood flowing.
Hey now.
Hey now. Fucking Howard Stern. One reason why November 6th enthusiasm is so infectious, herpes, is that it is not of a superficial variety, but springs from a deep place. Well grounded in technique, fact, self assurance, and conviction, November 6th people display a profound belief in their abilities as well as their chances of achieving success in this world. One danger, of course, is that they may grow overconfident and, on the basis of past successes, miscalculate future prospects. Indeed, though it is healthy to build for the future, life is never a straight upward path of exponential success, but a winding road with both valleys and peaks. Therefore, those born on this day need to remain realistic about their limitations, particularly as the years go by, and cultivate a sternly objective, critical sense which can guarantee the continued quality of what they produce. There is no denying the capacity of November 6 people to delight, perhaps to entertain. However, not everyone appreciates their direct, forceful, and uncompromising nature. Strangely enough, their surfeit of energy. You're the writer, Thomas. What's that word mean? Surfeit of energy can at times have a depressing effect on others, particularly on more realistic types. This may not be an easy thing for those born on this day to understand. November 6 people must find a way to handle defeat and disappointment, for they are not so tough when it comes to rejection. They can also benefit greatly from interaction with those who do not share their views. Part of their spiritual training lies in learning to maintain their balance, calm, and reserve, ensuring that their energies can flow in an uninterrupted stream rather than in spurts. Newts to come shortly. Usually,
I feel like a lot of what you just read for Uncle Badger is that he's good in bed.
well, he is a Scorpio.
Okay.
Usually, more highly evolved individuals born on November 6 have a fine sense of humor, which saves them from becoming too heavy or serious and acts as a bridge between them and others. That's true. However, because their humor has a markedly ironic and satiric flavor, they must be careful not to be offensive. I can relate to that. Physical in their orientation, some November 6 people actually have a visceral impact on those around them. Their effect tends to be more sexual than sensual,
I
athletic,
told you.
yeah,
Hi, Michelle.
rather than sensuous, and provoking rather than calming. What, Haggis?
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
I feel like Uncle Badger doesn't make love, he fucks.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. November 6 people have a way of holding a mirror up to others and friends and family, and family in particular may not always like what they see. Oh, that's interesting. I can relate to that too. Those born on this day have a responsibility in this regard to be true reflective surface and not a distorted glass. They should keep in mind, however, that sometimes the truth is better left unspoken. You hear that, Thomas? Okay. Born on this day, John Philip Sousa, Adolf Sax. A lot of saxophone players are listed in this book. Who the fuck knows saxophone players? Sally Field. A Roman emperor.
How's his health, especially cardiovascularly, for blood flow?
Oh, yeah, let's see. Those born on November 6th must be careful not to become victims of their own optimism where their health is concerned. Regular checkups are recommended in addition to objective monitoring of their weight, eating habits, and exercise. Vigorous exercise is well sustained by November 6 people, including competitive and endurance sports like water sports, complex yoga, and the martial arts. Dancing is also highly recommended. Particular attention should be paid to digestive and excretory function, which can be aided by high fiber diet. I'm reading It's the Secret Language of Birthdays book. Oh yeah, DP. All right, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
DP is a fish.
He is. What's your actual birthday, DP? Okay, since I know Michelle's. By the way, December 11th is my ex's birthday. The day of intensity. Oh, that's for sure. Those born on December 11th are basically serious individuals, intense, thoughtful, and filled with purpose. They are extremely well directed toward their goals and therefore difficult to stop. All right, DP, I'll get you next. Despite their deep mental orientation, which is not necessarily a verbal one, they often have a commanding physical presence as well. This combination of thought and physicality makes them powerful individuals. Wait. Michelle's is also December 13th? Hold on. I'm reading December 11th.
How is she born twice?
Okay, Thomas. Yeah, I thought a lot of that sounded like you too. It also, like, hey, Mike. The time plays in. If you're closer to midnight, you might sound more like the previous or the next days. Like I found with some people when I've done something like them, I read the next day when I find out what time they're born, and that one's dead on. Okay, so 11th is correct? Alright. Okay. The dynamism of December 11th people usually carries them through difficulties. However, if they are neglected, fall out of favor, or lose the support of either their teacher or their followers, they can experience tremendous psychological stress, sometimes even coming close to giving up or falling apart. Fortunately, those born on this day are capable of recovering from even the most drastic setbacks and making a comeback. That's true. After which, hold on, there's a dog hair in my mouth. Ugh. After which they are still more resilient than before. Not so much their faith in themselves, but the nature of their indomitable energy, which seems to take over impersonally and have a life of its own, ensures their success. As conduits of energy, those born on this day can have an enormous influence on those around them. Not only their words and deeds, but even their thoughts themselves can affect the feelings of their family, friends, and colleagues. One look at them may reveal how they feel, for they are quite transparent. It is difficult for them to hide their emotions, which are usually written openly on their face or expressed in their body language for all to see. Paradoxically, they themselves may not be aware of what is obvious to others. In this respect, it is of great benefit for them to have an understanding mate or friend who can help them be more self-aware and keep in touch with how others see them. December 11th people can assume positions of great responsibility, but are not the best choice for positions requiring impartial arbitration. Okay. Their primary responsibility is to their work and ideas, or perhaps their moral understandings and vision of how they wish life to be. Those born on this date take matters of right and wrong very seriously and can indeed err on the side of being condemning and judgmental. Since such judgment has a severe aspect and is usually taken to heart by others. As parents, December 11th people must be extremely careful not to lay heavy pressures on their children. In fact, a live and let live policy toward the world in general may be better than carrying the flaming sword of an avenging angel. Furthermore, December 11th people must learn to relax, have fun, and enjoy themselves. Often their high seriousness gets in the way of others feeling lighthearted. If they can reserve their seriousness for their work and allow themselves to be more playful in their free time, they will greatly improve their quality of life. Okay, born on this day. I thought that sounded a lot like you. Alex, I can't pronounce him. A Russian writer. Jean Francine. Robert Koch. Ursula Bloom. I'm sorry, I don't know any. Oh, an Indian guru named Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh. Jim Harrison. Poet. Oh, never mind. I thought he was someone else. Big Mama Thornton, a blues singer. Oh, the director of Desperately Seeking Susan. Health. Those born on December 11th must beware of sedentary occupations taking a toll on them physically, especially since they have a tendency to gain weight. In this respect, both exercise and diet are crucially important to their good health. Meat, dairy fats, sugar, excess starch, particularly unbleached white flour, are in general too much. Rich food should be reduced, and in their place, fresh vegetables, fruits, and grains substituted. Sexual expression and plenty of dream time are important for December 11th people. Their minds are usually busy with thoughts, and the emotional side of their personality may make it difficult for them to focus and calm themselves. They must cultivate greater willpower, learn not to get upset, and stay loose. I can loosen you up. All right. Let's do deep teas.
Back in a minute, I just need a pee.
All right. Nikki Sixx is one of them. Yeah, they didn't put that in this book. They put like people that most people don't even know. Okay, you there, DP? March 1st. The day of artistic sensibilities. Those born on March 1st have a natural feeling for artistic expression of many kinds and have a great sensitivity to their environment. They are usually keen appreciators of beauty in people, nature, art, and daily life. Ain't that the truth? However, yeah. However, those who take them to be overly fanciful or lightheaded will be surprised to find how practical they can be. But though March 1st people usually impose a logical structure that orders their work life, they generally let it all hang out in their private lives. Hey,
Oh,
Mud.
the irony.
Yeah. And whether they have it together in any daily situation is a matter of choice. Okay. And whether they have it together in any daily situation is a matter of choice. If they wish, they can be quite relaxed and hence late for appointments or sloppy with their living space. Nah, I doubt that. But equally well, they can be extremely concerned with being on time or doing neat work. Generally, such a choice is made on the basis of how much importance they place on something, not merely on the whims of their mood. Thus, it is less a lack of discipline as it is a relaxed attitude, a refusal to be compulsive. Forrest Gump. Raj. I love it, Raj. Okay. March 1st people are usually very attentive to their personal appearance as well as their surroundings, whether artists or business people, not only out of aesthetic considerations, but also since they know it may be an important part of their drive for success. Those born on this day who have a business or political orientation know full well how to be charming, diplomatic, when to push and when not to. Their aesthetic sensibilities are reflected in the elegance with which they accomplish their career tasks. March 1st people in general feel that the way something is done is at least as important as what is being done. They can be very unforgiving to individuals who are impolite, ill-mannered, abrupt, or unkind. March 1st people like to keep it light, to laugh, and enjoy time in an easy manner. They do not wish to live with problems, particularly personal problems. In their work, difficulties which arise are met head on and represent opportunities to evolve. But in their personal lives, few people go through the agonies March 1st people suffer when things are not going well. Rather than
Whoa.
hang in there, yeah, rather than hang in there in what appears to be a losing battle, those born on this day often choose to leave before things become still worse. Unfortunately, however, they often carry the emotional hurt or confusions with them inside unresolved. March 1st people may have to learn to face their interpersonal problems and to work them out with the other person instead of becoming impatient or perhaps rejecting. Although highly expressive individuals, in such situations, those born on this day could be closing themselves off to the promptings of their own heart. November 20th is Joe. Who's Joe? Mike, you wanted yours done, right? What's your birthday? All right, so those born on this day: Sandro Botticelli, Hans Hoffman, Ralph Ellison. I don't know any of these people. Harry Belafonte. I know that name. Roger Daltrey. Ron Howard. All right, let's look at your health. No problem, DP. I thought that sounded like you. Oh, you liking it, Jeff? It's freaking good, isn't it? All right, your health, DP. Those born on March 1st tend to ignore the warnings of their body and thus their health needs. They often take an easy attitude toward diet and exercise, which on the whole is healthy, but must be sure to get proper nutrition and visit a doctor for occasional checkups. Because they have good appetites and enjoy eating, particularly when food is aesthetically served, they should take a personal interest in culinary matters. Sensuous, their needs to touch should be expressed in affectionate play and perhaps also through massage and fisting. March 1st people need plenty of sleep, not only for the you don't get any sleep, dude. Not only for rest, but because their imaginative dream life is unusually active. Okay. Does Joe really know that his birthday? Okay, let me do Michael Higgins, 316. I don't need the year though. I'm not doing charts. That'd be a way longer read. Shit, I just read it and I forgot it. 316. Oh, we're already in March. March 16th, the day of realistic inspiration. March 16th people are able to combine the imaginative and the practical, the inspirational and the down-to-earth into an appealing and realistic attitude. Indeed, those born on this day have a talent for balancing the contrasting sides of their character. Sometimes they are swayed by their fanciful side, but generally stay within the bounds of good sense. March 16th people do best when they follow the middle path. Their ability to compromise is in general a positive thing, and through being able to appreciate another person's point of view and to adapt to it, they stand a good chance of succeeding in the world. However, they must be careful not to betray their own personal set of values in the process, or to sell out what they believe in most. Less highly evolved individuals born on this day are quite capable of doing the latter. particularly for gain, and will suffer enormously for it in terms of guilt and regret later on in life. Many March 16th people carry the confidence of those favored in life. This derives not only from their own self-assurance and self-acceptance, but also from the blessing of an indefinable fortune, which they periodically meet along the way. This is further enhanced by their capacity to call the best from most situations. However, they often run the risk of overlooking danger, paying inadequate concern to negative energy, and ignoring resentment in others, all of which are quite capable of surfacing swiftly and blowing up in their face. They must learn how to read the telltale signs of impending difficulty or disaster and to deal with them swiftly as well as resolutely before they get out of hand. A kind of golden quality or wholeness imbues much of what March 16th people do. But though they value completeness and finality, their immutable side often leads them to quit projects before they come to fruition. Blaming themselves or being blamed by authority figures for such actions is in general counterproductive, and consequently, those born on this day must learn to accept the changeable aspects of their nature. At some time, they have to recognize that sustained, consistent efforts along one line of endeavor generally have a better probability of succeeding. March 16th people should strive to find an occupation in which they can express both the inspirational and pragmatic aspects of their nature. Learning to handle money and to be shrewd in financial matters may be difficult and tiresome for those born on this day, but it is vitally important to their well-being. Setting up a place of residence, raising a family, keeping social obligations, and in general taking on responsibilities is perhaps the most challenging and rewarding part of life for them. Only when such practical matters are under control are March 16 people able to fully enjoy the sense of freedom they need to express their creative impulses.
Hmm.
What do you mean? Oh, you feel much older. All right, those born on this day: James Madison, Jerry Lewis, um, German physicist, Robert Pula, Nancy Wilson from Heart. That's pretty cool. All right, your health. Those born on March 16th should pay a bit more attention to their health, making matters of diet and exercise part of the whole package of personal responsibility. Regular checkups, both dental and medical, are strongly recommended, as well as auxiliary reading to support their knowledge of health in general. March 16th people may have to develop objectivity in regard to their diet and spend more time in choosing foods which are suitable for their needs. Quite vigorous exercise, including one-on-one competitive sports like tennis, is recommended for March 16th people. All outdoor activities from camping to surfing, hang gliding to rock climbing, bicycling to motorcycling are all possibilities. Ben! Hey, my dear. I'm good. How are you?
Oh my god, I'm older than Mike O'Hagan.
Well, that I am too. What year did he put? 86? Oh, 82. Never mind, you're older than me, Mike. But just by 4 months. Or, I mean, 8 months. Oh, Ben's drunk. Well, that makes this feel more fitting because I used to read this to drunks at my bar every their birthdays and I just forget it. All right, what's yours, Roger? I know it's like August. I know it's around Tiffany's birthday. Did you think yours sounded like you, Tiffany?
No, mine was too oriented around my job.
Yeah, it was more focused on your job. You know what time you were born?
Yeah, 2 o'clock
AM?
p.m. I'm a lazy bitch.
August 6th. Okay. Just a couple days before yours. Wish I could have you guys sign the damn book. August 6th, the day of unique happenings. Oh, that's true already. Those born on August 6th have a lust for experience. They are particularly drawn to happenings of a very unique or extraordinary sort, perhaps once in a lifetime occurrences, some of which seem impossible or of an inexplicable or divine source. August 6th people may perhaps generate these experiences themselves or simply come on them by chance. Come on them. Take direct part in them, or just read and write about them. In any case, it is the mental or physical contact with the experience itself, the personal discovery of something long forgotten or even previously unknown, which attracts them like a magnet. Oh, yeah, Mike? Ordinary life does not hold a great fascination for those born on this day, and they quickly become bored by the mundane. In the case of August 6 people tied to ordinary jobs or less than stellar family situations, there is a danger that they will retreat into a fantasy world to get their kicks. There is also a good chance that following years of deep frustration and angst, they may finally decide to leave their stability behind and set out in search of new horizons. Watch out there, Michelle. I'm just kidding. After making such drastic changes, an August 6th person may realize that he or she was never cut out for a settled life after all. Some born on this day may feel a measure of bitterness that they didn't make the discovery sooner. Hang on, let me take a drink.
Hi, Ben. Got homemade chips.
Damn, that doesn't sound too good.
What? Oh, it's your chips.
Hey, look.
Donna, I almost had every fucking day signed, and when we cleaned out my mom's house, my brothers threw that book away. So I had to order a new one. And there's no signatures in this one. And even my mom's signature was in that last one, man. It broke my fucking heart. Because I would
Yeah.
bartend, and I'd get so many signatures from reading people their birthdays. Okay. Only the most successful and highly evolved of August 6 people manage to integrate their love for the unique and unusual into a stable daily life. Those who do are usually themselves creative or enjoy an occupation which is directly related to singular and uncommon occurrences. That's true, yeah. They may even have the genius to reveal the fantastic in the ordinary and to share such a unique insight with others. That's you, definitely. Because transcending the limits of earthly experience, or at the very least stretching them, holds such a central importance for August 6 people, they may display a rather intense approach to life. Indeed, their choice of lifestyle may be difficult for mates to accept unless, of course, their partner shares some measure of interest in their pursuits. August 6 people may also go through changes which occur in a much too rapid fashion for their mates, family, or friends to handle. Those born on this day have a great need for love and all sorts of sensuous and sexual expression, but they may suffer deep disappointments in their search for a perfect mate or an ideal relationship. August 6 people are faithful friends and parents in their own way. Although they may take their responsibilities very seriously, however, they are often unable to discharge them to the satisfaction of loved ones, again because of the demands of their August 6 lifestyle. Okay, those born on this day: Alfred Lord Tennyson, Alexander Fleming, Andy Warhol,
Mhm.
Lucille Ball, that's cool, Robert Mitchum.
All right, Ben.
You made those chips yourself, right? Or crisps?
Yeah.
Okay, health. Because of their attraction to the highly unusual, August 6 people may be the despair of their families when it comes to their observing the ordinary daily activities that can keep one healthy. Yet paradoxically, August 6 people benefit from and frequently partake of tasty and regular meals, sensuous massages, good sex, and periodic exercise such as walking, jogging, or swimming. The trick for them is, of course, to maintain such healthy activities without becoming bored. Usually blessed with a sound constitution and a surprisingly successful avoidance of accidents, considering their taste for far out and possibly dangerous experiences, August 6 people may periodically need to break out of their routine and go off on a wild binge of all types. Aw, that's cool, Donna. Yeah, like I'm not very materialistic or into things, but when that happened, oh, I wanted to murder my brothers. I think Andrew's the one who threw it away. He was just throwing everything away. Ugh, can't think about it or it makes me want to cry. Does anybody else want their birthday read?
Hi, Michelle.
You said hi to Michelle like 4 times now.
Can I do a request?
Yeah.
Can we do August 21st?
Is that Gary's?
Yeah.
All right. The day of the standout. Those born on August 21st fight a losing battle to protect themselves from the world's scrutiny. Very private individuals, they want to be left alone but are rarely allowed that luxury. Hold on. Many born on this day find it natural to conceal their deeper feelings, thoughts, and ideas from any except those they absolutely trust. For those who are not professional performers, to be put on display may be terribly uncomfortable, and yet the more they try to hide, the more they seem to come under attention. Thus, two opposing forces are at war in their lives: the urge to hide and the ever pressing demands of the world for them to show themselves. Hey, Benny Loco!
Hi, Penny Loco.
Put your birthday in. Sometimes they are very physical. Sometimes the very physical makeup and character of August 21st people make it impossible for them to avoid attracting interest. But if they can accept their destiny and take their rightful place in the society in which they live, they will eventually learn to share only as much of their private life as is necessary without undue pain or embarrassment. They will also feel less of a need to develop an unnaturally extroverted persona. When, on the other hand, those born on this day run from the world's demands, the solace they seek may be in all manner of excessive, even bizarre relationships, perhaps to their detriment and that of their families as well. If they
We do have a bizarre relationship.
if they were only less unusual people themselves or involved with less controversial issues and careers, August 21st first people might feel less of a conflict between public and private aspects of their lives. Often, people born on this day impress one as somewhat withdrawn and indeed are not so easy to relate to, since they rarely take the first step or speak the first word. Furthermore, they do not bend over backwards to please, and therefore can give an impression of being standoffish. Often, the reason for this behavior is that they would prefer to remain unattached, perhaps even uninvolved. Yet the elusive demeanor many August 21st people present to the world usually hides a quite unusual person whose ideas and real personality, if known, might arouse the admiration of more extroverted souls like you, Tiffany. August 21st people function well in a family, particularly the women born on this day. No, we don't need to do that. Both men and women can be a rock of stability, yet they will not hesitate to make their presence felt, their views known, or assert their independence, even when this latter action causes turmoil. Some August 21st people may suppress their own needs for the sake of others, but they will never tolerate anyone else forcing them to do so. Those born on this day despise tyranny, pseudo-sophistication, or social flattery. Hardly gullible or easily touched for money, they are nevertheless extremely giving if not pushed too hard or too fast. Sensual and sexual expression are important to August 21st people, but they must
Oh
be
my god, yes.
but they must beware of excessive behavior, since they themselves are often powerfully attractive and seductive. As for their emotional and spiritual needs, family and social work help them find fulfillment.
Hmm.
When his health,
Yeah.
Usually, August 21st people manifest a protective and nurturing nature, which is greatly beneficial to the good health of their families. If, however, they show excessive concern for their own well being and that of their loved ones, they may suffer from undue stress. Therefore, they must beware of both gastric and duodenal ulcers. Fortunately, August 21st people usually display good sense about seeing the doctor and dentist. No, both for regular checkups and specific maladies. They may at first be suspicious of homeopathic remedies, but are pragmatic enough not to reject them out of hand and will adopt them, in fact, if they worked.
Or
Touch.
if I force him.
Yeah. Okay, so do we get Benny's December 14th? And then Mike wanted me to do another day too, but I don't. He put like 2 dates in there, Michael Hagen, so just narrow it down to one. All right, December 14th. Oh God, this title. The day. This is Benny Loco. The day of the selective exhibitionist. All right, December 23rd. Okay. December 14th people often impress others as exhibitionists, but in fact, those born on this day are highly selective about when, how, and under what circumstances they allow themselves or their work to be viewed. Indeed, although they are not infrequently public individuals who are very much in the limelight, they. Okay, so you are a public individual who's often in the limelight. They inhabit their own private world into which very few ever gain admittance. It is as if they live in a house doing the most astonishing things, but only open the blinds when it suits them to do so. Thus, most often, they only let people view what they are doing, less often what they are thinking, and hardly at all who they really are. Actually, seeming to reveal a great deal can be the best way to conceal what is most private. December 14th people are often extremely complex, profound, complicated individuals. Many areas in their lives, including sexual preferences, hobbies, habits, and psychological indulgences, are of a rather unusual, even bizarre nature. Highly philosophical as well.
Wait, Benny, what are you not telling us?
Right? Highly philosophical as well, they can operate by principles which justify their singular behavior. They most often recognize from an early age that they are not like other people. Normally, conflicts that arise with authority figures, such as parents or teachers, drive this point home to them. They become self conscious, but also prone to flaunting what others may consider bad or strange habits. Oh, I'm gonna get taken back up.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, where was I? It is usually impossible and certainly not advisable for parents to try to fit a December 14th child into some preordained mold. This simply will not work, for even if it seems initially successful, it can cause enormous problems down the road. Not to, not to mention latent anger, rebellion, and resentment directed at the parent. Such feelings may also be transferred onto those with whom December 14th people are later involved or onto society at large. December 14th people are daring, but not reckless individuals. They display little fear and, when necessary, do not hesitate to put themselves in harm's way. The temptation, however, for them to outrage others with their behavior is very great. That this is not always a superficial or immature impulse. Often they manage to teach others through provocation and stimulation, challenging the status quo through their own example. They can thus be catalysts for change, whether it be in their family, social circle, or society at large. Let's see. Who's born on this day? James Doolittle. I didn't know Doolittle was an actual last name. Thought it was made up for that book/movie. Shirley Jackson. Spike Jones. Don Hewitt. Patty Duke. Stanley Crouch. Alright, let's read your health. December 14th people must be careful that their unusual behavior and risk-taking do not land them in trouble, particularly in regard to accidents or violence. Also, since many born on this day feel misunderstood by the world from a very early age, they may tend to withdraw from life. The use of alcohol or other anesthetic drugs that dull emotional pain is dangerous in that it may lead to dependencies and addictions. The December 14th diet is best kept balanced rather than exotic or flamboyant, and binges should be avoided if possible. Only moderate or mild exercise is recommended. In regard to sexual activities, those born on this day should heed the message of the temperance card described above, which is your tarot. The 14th card of the major arcana is temperance, which underlines the need for balance and moderation in the lives of December 14th people. The figure shown is a guardian angel who protects us and keeps us on an even keel. Positively seen, temperance modifies passions in order to allow for new truths to be learned and incorporated into one's life. The card cautions against all forms of egotistical excess. Because a negative indication of the temperance card is a tendency to change too easily with the mood of the times and current fashion. December 14th people should try to establish their own style, technique, and system of thought if possible, and stick to them with conviction. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'd like to know his birthday too, Donna. Okay, Ben. Okay, so December 23rd for Mike Cohagen. Dare I ask whose birthday I'm reading, Mike?
Poor Benny has to moderate her sexual activities.
I'll have to read my dogs to myself privately. So December 23rd is the day of the groundbreakers. Oh, Joseph Smith, the Mormon founder, was born on this day. No problem, Benny, my love. Those born on December 23rd are happiest when they are breaking new ground, forging ahead in an effort to promote and implement their ideas and dreams. This should not give the impression that they are particularly radical or revolutionary, since they are more often of a cautious and measured nature. She that shall not be named. Okay. Nature. Indeed, those born on this day generally embrace firmly established values, consider their plans carefully before acting, and stay closely linked to the family or social groups to which they belong. They can often be found improving the lot of this group, and because they are mentally quick, they instinctively find the best way to do so. In this sense, they are prophetic, capable of looking into the future and seeing not only what will be necessary at a later date, but also how to make ready for it. Yep, sounds like Joseph Smith. December 23rd people refuse to be ignored. They view outright rejection as a challenge to which they are fully prepared to respond. Since struggle comes naturally to those born on this day, they generally refuse to fold under pressure. This should not imply that they are invulnerable to feelings or self-doubt, but such insecurity usually just urges them on to improve and establish themselves at a higher level. In fact, those born on this day often feel uncomfortable with themselves or their position in life. A fundamental discomfort with their status may well prompt them to actively pursue their dreams rather than sit idly by wishing. December 23rd people have a characteristic earthiness about them combined with a stubborn streak that can make them hard to deal with. They do not appreciate their authority being challenged, nor are they particularly fond of far out or radical ideas, other than their own, of course. It is important that those born on this day who achieve positions of power or influence remain open to healthy criticism and positive suggestions, and distinguish them from harmful negativity directed their way. Understanding, particularly of an emotional sort, rarely occupies the highest position on the December 23rd list of abilities and values. Although often possessed of a folksy or whimsical attitude that can be quite endearing, those born on this day can just as easily appear cold and removed. December 23rd men, let me read this because it's female. Both sexes in later life will have to learn eventually to get out of the way and allow the younger generation to come through. But retirement does not sit easily with most December 23rd people who would prefer to be back in a more active role. Let me see. Who else is born on this day besides Joseph Smith? I must remind you. Hey, Simba! Robert Bly. Connie Mack. Alexander the First, Russian Emperor. Okay, health. December 23rd people should take particularly care of their bodies with advancing age. Those born on this day can be vulnerable to accidents which result from overuse of muscles as well as overstress of the skeletal bones, particularly of the back. Attention should be paid to the teeth when young to avoid serious dental problems later, which often start to become a problem in the 30s and 40s. Normally fixed dietary patterns emerge for December 23rd people by middle life, and these need only to be gently but firmly steered into the right direction to increase chances of continued health and longevity, primarily by lessening fats and increasing the consumption of fresh foods. As far as exercise is concerned, only moderate physical activity is recommended, usually of a less competitive nature, although team sports can lend an important social component that is highly beneficial. Yeah, I'm reading Fortune Cookie, Simba. Pretty accurate. Yeah, I'd say, like, I was reading this to so many rednecks at the bar I worked at. I'd say about a good 80% rate of them being, like, converted to astrology after hearing their birthday. A few still called me the devil for doing this devil work, but most people want to hear about themselves.
Simba, these are really big fortune cookies.
Yeah. I guess what are you typing? Animal, eat vegetables, so then meat already it's vegetables.
No, Donna and I are separate entities, Simba.
They have two different names too, Simba. That was a funny question. Anyone else?
Can you find out when we're gonna die? That would be cool.
No, even when I read palms, I can't tell that. What's up,
Rev?
Rev?
No.
Revtos TV.
Revtos. He sounded Russian.
Rev Tosser.
Rev Tosser.
How the fuck are you, Dassa? Have you tossed many cocks today?
Come on, and witness magic.
Come on up, the price is right. Rev, come up. The price is right. The invitation is there for the vagina.
I'm not reading them tonight, Simba, but I can. It helps to like have an ink blot of your palm rather than just pointing at the camera because I can't see shit. Big juicy dicks.
But you need to gotta go go, Rev. You get up here. We haven't seen you for ages.
No, he's got to go play his stupid freaking Halo games.
Yeah.
Halo.
Halo.
Gay.
Halo's like 1930.
Witcher 3's where it's at, bitches.
There's been a lot of August and December birthdays. A lot of fire signs in here tonight. August 3rd.
Started watching Alcatraz earlier on.
Alcatraz?
Yeah, I want to watch the rest of that after your stream, if that's alright.
Is it a movie or a show?
A movie.
Huh. I've seen like ghost hunts in there, but not much else. Or like documentaries and shit, but I've never seen movies about it. That's cool. August 3rd, the day of the dangerous quest. Oh, I think I remember reading this as someone, and it talks about how much of like a risk taker the person is. Their lives normally cut short.
Leos unite, Simba.
Another Leo? Holy shit. Leos and Sags up in this bitch. Well, put your birthday in, Simba. Okay, August 3rd. Those born on August 3rd are attracted to danger in one form or another. Their quest usually involves placing themselves in harm's way or rescuing others from harm. Their goal may also be to reveal the truth as they see it, regardless of risk. Too often it is the risk itself rather than the truth that is of most importance to them. Those born on this day must beware of endangering others through their activities. Averse to mundane experience, August 3rd people often seek excitement far from home. Some indeed venture to the ends of the earth. Oh, big juicy dicks then must be Roger, another one of Roger's troll accounts. Because I know you're a fucking Leo. Okay. While others summon the thrills of the imagination from the comfort of their easy chair. Less highly evolved August 3rd people are stimulated by the excitement engendered by others and live vicariously. More highly evolved August 3rd people not only generate or experience excitement firsthand, but also put it to work creatively or professionally. August 3rd people may be at a great risk of injuring themselves. Usually no amount of persuasion from worried family or friends can deter them from their fascination for conflict and risk. Some look on daring exploits as a test of the highest order in which failing grades are tantamount to destruction. Others are addicted to instability and feed off peril as if it were food. Perhaps the most difficult to dissuade are those fighting for a cause or defending an ideal. In this case, their activities assume a romantic or idealistic past, although the nature of their actions are more likely pragmatic and even cold-blooded if necessary. Welcome back, man. Oh, thanks there, Roger. Hang on, I just heard my camera notification go off twice. Let me just see what's going on out there.
Simba, I'm going to leave that question up to your imagination of what it is that I want.
My theory of animals eating vegetables and then going into meat must be true.
What makes a dick juicy?
I guess full of semen or piss?
No, once it's been inside the woman's vagina.
Fuck. Like a bunch of people walking by. Hang on. I think it was kids. Okay. For some born on this day, the notion of rescue also holds a central fascination, perhaps manifested in their wish to physically rescue or protect someone. or in bringing them psychologically or spiritually to a safer, healthier place. The rescue of Eurydice by Orpheus or the Israeli raid on Entebbe in Uganda are the sorts of stories that capture the imaginations of August 3rd people. Juicy. Yeah. Perceiving themselves as heroes or heroines is important to them, whether it be in the role of adored parent, knight in shining armor, or Joan of Arc martyr. August 3rd people must beware of losing control over their egos. In addition, they may mistakenly invest others with their own emotions or desires. For instance, those they wish to save may in reality have little interest in being saved by them. A final danger is that the thrill of their adventures will wear off unless the stakes are raised again and again, like a drug high that can only be obtained by upping the dosage. Thus, the addictive nature of their persistent search for excitement becomes, in many, but certainly not all cases, alarmingly clear. Being able to harness such a daring to productive ends will be a measure of their maturity and evolutionary growth. Does that sound like whoever it is you know with this birthday? Ernie Kyle, born on this day. What's your birthday, Simba? Martin Sheen. Tony Bennett. Some football people. Who cares? Health. There is an obvious danger that August 3rd people will experience accidents and physical injuries of various kinds. Many show a distressing lack of concern for their own safety, and frequently suffer from pulled muscles, cuts, and bruises, even broken bones. Typical Leo heart problems are rarely a problem here, but difficulties with the muscles, bones, and ligaments of the back are. The adventuresomeness of August 3rd people leads them to hot, spicy, and exotic foods of all types. As cooks, those born on this day display imagination and flair, but perhaps could pay a bit more attention to nutritional balance and calorie content. Just your month and day, Simba. You probably already read it. I've already done like pretty much every Leo out there.
That's crazy that they say Leos typically have heart problems because I have a heart problem and so does Gary. Weird.
Yeah, it goes down in order, like Aries is the top of the head, so like Aries are hot-headed, and then so you follow down the zodiac from that, like, Leos are in the solar plexus heart area. I'm the genitals. Scorpio is the genitals.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I think Sagittarius, I guess, are the ass, or are they the thighs? I can't remember. I know Michelle will know. And then Pisces, their feet. So, like, it's your most profound, beautiful quality, but it's also the most vulnerable quality.
So DP has nice feet.
Yeah, I guess so. You a foot guy?
Cancer is tits.
July 27th. All right. Hips. Okay. All right, Simba. This is you, motherfucker. Of the decision makers. Those born on July 27th often find themselves in the position of making decisions for others. This may involve setting up theoretical structures, working organizations, social groups, or leading a family. Those born on this day can become highly adept at handling schedules, deadlines, and personnel arrangements of all kinds. Yes, Simba. Difficulties may arise, however, when these dynamic planners attempt to make personal or emotional decisions for themselves, because they so often devote themselves to organizations or perhaps their own career or business. They may have paid too little attention to ordering their own inner house, much like the plumber who does perfect work for others, but whose own home plumbing is a jury-rigged hodgepodge of improvised parts. Sometimes the single most difficult decision for July 27th people to make concerns leaving the very entity with which they excel at organizing and serving. Not the least of their problems is their own success, as measured by society's standards in this area. Perhaps another organization or company, recognizing their value, seeks to woo them away. More often, the crisis arises when a secondary activity begins to assume primary importance in their life. Not uncommonly, this activity has a strong emotional admixture. It often demands passionate commitment. It is here that these decision makers may find themselves beset by an unfamiliar, what the fuck is this word, ennui, or even paralysis. Fear of giving up or losing the primary activity, or doubts about whether they can perform satisfactorily in the secondary activity, keep them from acting. Many July 27th people, both men and women, have a problem with anger and aggression. Interesting, Simba. Not infrequently, they are physically formidable, even intimidating people. Either they are able to channel such forcefulness, driving their group or solo endeavor to new heights of performance, order, and discipline, or they repress aggressive impulsive, with which which then emerge periodically in a host of sublimated or eruptive forms. Curiously, behind the self-assured exterior of many born on this day lies a secret timidness, and with it a reluctance to let go of deep-seated fears. Thus, the important decision July 27th people ever make will not be for others but rather for themselves, that of simply making a realistic career decision which guarantees both happiness and success, and or being honest about what type of person they want to meet or remain involved with. Until they acknowledge their true passions in life, both public and private, and make the tough choices necessary to devote their considerable energies to these, they may be fated to stoically hold on to a secure occupation or living situation, procrastinating, rationalizing, and trying to make it work, while secretly dreaming of leaving it. Tremendous strength will indeed be required for them to summon up the courage to follow their heart and be honest with themselves. But if they are able to do so, the rewards will be correspondingly great. Born on this day. Let's see. Norman Lear, a ballet dancer. Bobby Gentry, Maureen McGovern. Oh, Alexander Dumas. Oh, Junior. Wasn't he the one who wrote the Three Musketeers? Dick's flying in your face. November 20th, yeah. Let me read his health real quick. Because they so often work with organizations, July 27th people are likely to have a fairly structured life, and thus it is possible for them to schedule regular meals, exercise, and sleep. Vigorous exercise is recommended for these highly physical people. This can range from hiking and climbing to achievement-oriented activities and competitive team sports. Ordinarily, well-balanced meals will help maintain their general good health. Those born on this day may be prone to periodic psychological crises, which they have trouble handling on their own, particularly if they have not dealt with emotional problems before. Seeking the advice of a therapist, advisor, or a close friend who is able to be both caring and objective is advisable. Caught with pants down. Yeah, Three Musketeers, yeah. But it says Alexander Dumas Jr., so it was his son, but he was also a writer. Alright. Haggis, put your dick away.
Not even the debate.
TC's back. Okay, November 20th, the day of the Scrambler. Scooter 7, hello. Welcome. On D-Live. What kind of exercise? It doesn't specify, Simba. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We're doing birthdays, new guy. It's Scooter 7. If you want, put your birthday in, I'll read it. Oh, really, Donna?
Gotta go. This thing drains my batteries.
Alright, love you, dear. Thanks for coming. I came twice.
Bye.
Bye. Alright, November 20th, the day of the Scrambler. November 20th, people are born fighters and thus tend to find themselves 126. Alright, I'll remember that, Scooter. And thus tend to find themselves involved in struggles of all kinds. Often controversial, their ideas and personalities invariably become a focus of discussion and scrutiny. Those born on this day may also display a rebellious effect, where they are in fact extremely loyal to their family, company, and social circle. It is generally due to the extreme nature of their views and their forceful manner of expressing them that they arouse antagonism. Rarely will they tone down their rhetoric. Indeed, they would rather fight than switch. November 20th people can be bitingly sarcastic, but also extremely funny. They have a knack for probing people's weaknesses and love to make sport of those who are stuck up and pompous. Sometimes it seems they are never more satisfied than when they are bringing someone down off his or her high horse. Crazy ass Aquarian. I love Aquarian, man. November 20th people are, on the whole, highly practical. Particularly women born on this day can make a flaky impression on first meeting, but in fact this is due more to the trappings of personality than the content of their character. They usually have things well under control. Both men and women born on this day do have an excitable nature, however, and are quite capable of having fits when they are repeatedly frustrated. Mental training is thus vital to their success, learning to control their emotional, volatile side and finding the cause of their anger and how to deal with it. Oh no, your battery's on the red. Those born on this day often display an interest in antisocial activities like shooting up schools. Just kidding. But it does say antisocial activities, illegal practices, and borderline business operations of many types. At some point in their lives, they may be tempted to take part in such activities themselves, but more often than not, wisely limit their involvement to study and diversion. Perhaps this is because they generally see themselves as upholders of the law in its purest form and strictly adhere to their own moral standards. There is a childlike side to November 20th people that keeps them young both in looks and spirit, a kind of timeless quality that defies age. In like manner, those born on this day themselves have a way with children, and their family life can be extremely active. November 20th people often make fine role models for younger people who may look up to them as crusaders of the time. Because they demonstrate a seriousness toward life that is admirable, it is also possible, however, that those born on this day in a zealously pursuing their goals may alienate the feelings of loved ones. Thus, they must beware of jeopardizing the harmony of their family through an untempered enthusiasm for their work or ideals. Alright, are you still there, Scooter? Robert F. Kennedy was born on this day. John F. Kennedy. Oh, no, he's just in the parentheses. Alright, Scooter. Let's do it. January 21st. Night, Thomas. Love you. Or wait, 26th. Okay. Oh, I'm 82. Alright, January 26th, the day of striking deeds. No, he's a French author, Simba. He wrote The Three Musketeers. The highly controversial individuals born on January 26th are most often bold and aggressive. Their determination in reaching their goals at times seems limitless. Their faith in themselves unbounded. Rarely, if ever, do they care who or what stands in their way. specialists in sudden assaults. They usually go with everything they have got at whatever they consider the proper moment. However, as strategists, they rarely hit out blindly but carefully plan their campaigns. In many areas of concern, moral considerations do not exist for January 26 people, and this can spell problems for them. When they operate freely without first considering varying points of view, they can get way off track and arouse great antagonism from other powerful figures or from society at large. When they are able to appear more sympathetic, warm, human, and amiable, they will find they encounter less opposition. Oh, that's your birthday too, TC? So I'm getting 2 birthdays, 2 birds, 1 stone here. Since striking forth boldly characterizes so much of what they do, January 26 people must beware of hurting others, either psychologically or physically. Because they tend to act quickly and decisively, they can take others by surprise. Consequently, loved ones may not feel comfortable or stable in their presence unless they make their intentions and expectations more apparent. Friends and mates may find it difficult to be close or intimate with them. Explosive situations seem to attract January 26 people. They have an instinct for where things are happening and rarely miss an opportunity to be in on the action. Because they are so extremely oriented, it is incumbent on them at some point in their lives to get to know themselves better, perhaps wax more philosophical, and decide just how great a priority should be placed on sheer excitement. They stand forewarned that their personal development is likely to stagnate unless at some point they begin to take an interest in their deeper motivations and needs. January 26 parents can be inspiring to their children and generally like to be physical with them and have fun. They can, however, be too strictly authoritarian, even dictatorial as well. Often rebellious against their own parents, January 26 people may unconsciously encourage this same sort of activity in their own children. A stable family life and a loving, understanding, but firm mate do wonders to ground their driving energies. Learning to share, to compromise on a daily basis, and participate in group activities are all important to their development. If my wife is just nodding her head and saying, "You don't know the half." Okay, who's born on this day? Angela Davis, a radical philosophy professor. Paul Newman, Wayne Gretzky, Eartha Kitt, she was Catwoman. Bridget Bardot, Eddie Van Halen, that's pretty cool. Oh, Gene Siskel of Siskel and Ebert. Alright, let me read you your health. I was told to come here and downvote. That's fine. Alright. Health. Those born on January 26 must be extremely careful regarding the explosive and violent aspects of their nature. No problem, Scooter. In addition, they can be accident prone and attractive of turbulent energy. Particularly at risk are their legs and ankles. Injuries may result in thrombotic conditions later in life, with the danger of strokes from a dislodged embolus. Some form of meditative or spiritual training is necessary for January 26 people to keep their energies under control and constructively channeled. In this respect, they should cut down on their meat and sugar consumption and base more of their diet on stable grains and vegetables. Only moderate activity is recommended, and care should be taken around competitive sports. A loving sexual relationship is usually crucial to them, and a few honest, close, and loyal friends indispensable. Nice. Well, I mean, you can do what you want, plus size diva. It doesn't bother me. I can read you your birthday if you want. Ben, you haven't asked me to read your birthday. Yeah, the great one, TC. I'm probably gonna wrap this up soon because I'm starting to lose my voice. But if anyone wants their birthday, better do it now.
Mhm.
Is your name also Roger plus size diva? I'm a plus size diva myself. Akuna Matata. Alga don't give a rat's ass. Yeah, and I really don't either. I just use this for my mental health. You guys help me laugh and get through the dark times, so I'm not doing this to promote anything.
Mhm.
Even though the fact that I have 10K subscribers confuses people, it's not because I tried, it's just because I like ghost stuff, so I'll upload other people's content. You're not Benny Loco. She probably is plus size diva. She's my protector. I love her. Cletus is good. He's good today. And Piglet too. Piglet's watching me. Well, there's no sexist, misogynistic garbage here.
Are they the sort of things Roger would be saying?
What?
Roger said those things.
Oh, that's Roger?
I'm just wondering, not at all.
I don't know. Is that you, Roger? It doesn't have anything like perverted in it, so it probably isn't Roger.
Mhm.
Well, it seems like you came in here looking for a fight.
Oh, you want to fight? Come on then. Let's go for it. Quarter! Cut off from Scotland, you bitch! Oh,
TC. You got the commas. All right, you guys. Well, we have a friend named Roger who's come in under several funny, like random accounts and stuff. So I didn't, and I've never seen you before, so wasn't sure. I'd pillow fight with you for fun, of course. That can be fucking dangerous. Like rip someone's face open. Well, I know you're probably not going to tell me who told you to do that plus size diva, but I would like to know who told you to do that because I don't have many enemies. I'm pretty easygoing. Benny.
I don't care! Two flying fucks, you fucking tossing bitch! Go change your vagina pad!
That doesn't make any sense. Ungentlemanly. All right, tell me. Oh, I know that name. So So that this has to do with that Nicole chick who was in here earlier saying rest in peace to Drew. Because that's Drew's girlfriend. What the fuck is she messing with me for? I don't even know her.
Well, say, go and put your fucking arse elsewhere. We don't want your shite in this channel.
I don't get it. I'm good friends with Drew. Like, why would his girlfriend be mean to a friend of his? I don't know her either. But that resolves the earlier mystery as to who said that. It was Tessa. Just a note, Tessa. Insecurity is not an attractive quality. Just a heads up. And he's a good friend of mine. If you hurt one hair on his little head, yeah, I obviously did. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna end in 3 minutes.
I know the someone's up.
I don't know who that is. Man. Hello, Camp G-May. I think I've seen you before. I gotta walk these pigs soon.
Yeah.
Love you, Benny. Thanks for hanging 10 with me, guys. No, it's not Melissa. This is relating to Drew. Love you too, Donna.
Love you, Donna.
Man, Donna, you gotta read. You just read Agassiz to yourself. It says how weird he is in it. It's so much like Agassiz, it's insane. Promise me you'll read Agassiz.
I was finishing at 2:20.
I don't know. Someone that their name just said Nicole came in earlier and said rest in peace, Drew Osher. And we were like, who are you and why are you saying that? We just talked to him today. Love you, Donna, for 2 minutes anyways. You guys crack me up. Alright. I'm gonna bid you all good night. Thanks for hanging with me. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye. Love you, Agate.